Buying a home in Tampa? Well, welcome to the sunshine, beach days, and yep, alligators too. But here's the thing, not all homes are created equal. Some are gonna be just fine. And of course, there are gonna be plenty with yellow flags. Proceed with caution. And the red flags, be very, very cautious and probably a deal killer. But we can get into that in this video. So today, I'm gonna give you a breakdown of all the homes that maybe you should consider avoiding so you don't end up with a money pit.
I am sinking fast into the money pit and I don't want to drag you down with me.
A headache, or even worse, when you go to sell, nobody wants to buy it. We're gonna break that down right now. So Tampa's surrounded by water. Gorgeous views, yes. Gorgeous insurance premiums, also yes. So yellow flag number one is really flood risk homes. So if you end up looking at a home that's in an AE or a VE flood zone, yeah, it could be a yellow flag, but it really depends because we have to check the flood maps, the actual flood maps, and also check with your insurance provider to see if this is gonna make sense for your budget. Sometimes your budget could increase $2,500 to $5,000 for a home in one of those flood zones. And for the love of your bank account, please do not skip flood insurance because you don't think it's gonna flood. See, that's like living in Tampa and not wearing sunscreen and be like, yeah, it may or may not get burned. You're probably gonna regret that decision. And yellow flag number two, homes near train tracks or busy roads. You know what you can't fix in a home? Location. If you're right next to I-75, I-275, or a train track, and you're getting a discount and you're getting a steal of a home, it's for a good reason. And this is a yellow flag, yes. But you might have justified it in your brain, and you might think, hey, I'm okay with the noise for now, but are future buyers going to be okay with it? But ultimately, the choice is yours. If you love a home and it happens to be near a road or near a train track, let's pay attention to the floor plan. Let's make sure that those bedrooms are away from whatever that noise is. That'll help you and it'll save you a lot of grief in the future. But like I always say, understand it during rush hour, during the peak traffic. Because if your agent shows you that home at 2 o'clock on a Sunday, you might not get the full scope of what that freeway or that train track actually sounds like. So if you're thinking about moving to the Tampa Bay area, I have good news for you. My team and I put together a really awesome relocation guide. And it's gonna save you a lot of time, effort, and energy if you just download the guide. Click on the top link in the comments, or even scan this QR code, and you're gonna see the guide gives you a pretty good baseline of what's happening in and around Tampa with some of the hottest new areas to pay attention to. We're gonna talk hospitals, schools, restaurants, kind of give you some links, and maybe we're gonna even insert some more QR codes so you can get right to some of the other videos that we have for very specific purposes. But I'm here for you regardless. The guide's here for you. It's free. Let us know how we can help. And yellow flag number three is cheap new construction homes built in the middle of nowhere. It doesn't happen too often here because everything is kind of master planned. So we even know where the grocery stores are, where the schools are gonna be, and how everything interacts. But there are still neighborhoods that pop up in the middle of nowhere. So don't be all mesmerized by a brand new house, brand new countertops, that's absolutely in the middle of the nowhere. You might regret saving that 50 grand. However, you might love it. You might love it. You might see the future and go, you know what? It's coming to me. I love living here. That is a possibility, but let an agent help you. Because once we start talking to you and understanding exactly what your needs are, your wants and desires, you're gonna see that that might be a little bit more inconvenient than you're used to. And to go along with that, not all builders are created equal either. That's vitally important when you're buying new construction. Let's just say, I don't know, some builders should stick with building sandcastles. But all joking aside, builders' reputations matter, CDD fees matter, and the infrastructure of the entire neighborhood with the amenity centers, and of course, drivability, walkability, what's nearby, all of that matters. All right, so now we're moving into red flag territory. Bad flips, or as I like to call it, lipstick on a pig. These homes I almost always, 100% of the time, steer my clients away from. Bad flips, you can usually tell. When you're in enough homes like we are, we can see the quality of craftsmanship or the lack of quality and craftsmanship if somebody's flipping a home. But lipstick on a pig doesn't just apply to flips. New construction could be a concern too. See, some builders use poor quality material and do some skimping of their own. That's why I always recommend an inspection, regardless of if it's a resale home or if it's brand new. But some things we also want to look at, we obviously have to look at the AC. It's Florida. We have to make sure the roof is good. It's Florida, and that's very important here. We also want to check the electrical and the plumbing. If you open up a cabinet and you look underneath it and it's a cheap, I don't know, run-of-the-mill drain kit, something super, super cheap off the clearance shelf of Home Depot, but there's a $5,000 chandelier hanging in the foyer, you gotta look a little bit deeper. Hey guys, so as you can see, I love making these videos. It's one of my favorite things to do, but not as much as I love helping people. I love helping people relocate to the Tampa area and do it a lot smoother and cleaner than it was for me when I moved here with my family. A family of 7 relocating from Michigan was no small chore, but I'm here for you. My contact information is down here below. Feel free to call me, text me, email me, download the guide, click on the QR code, however you want to get a hold of me. I'm here for you. So red flag number 2 is outdated electrical and plumbing. And I know I kind of briefly breezed over it here with the lipstick on a pig on the flips or poor new construction, but I want to make sure you understand the importance of it. There are a lot of electrical panels and a lot of electrical breakers that are actually on recall that are absolutely dangerous. So a true professional, an inspector, will get up there and identify that, and that's something we're going to demand that they change out prior to you closing on the home. Outdated Federal Pacific panels and bad breakers is not really where it stops. You have aluminum wiring that's an issue. You also have polybutylene piping. That becomes a big issue if you have that throughout your home. So as you can see, these can all be deal killers. These are considered red flags. So if you're buying that cute old bungalow in Seminole Heights or downtown Tampa, just make sure you negotiate properly, or at least pair up with an agent that can negotiate for you, because you want to build it into your budget to replace some of these items if we can't get it done prior to closing. So these are things we have to talk about. If you fall in love with a home, there is much more to the equation. That's why I always tell people, don't fall in love. You can like it a lot, but don't truly fall in love. And if you do, my job is to help separate your emotion from reality and help you get to the finish line safely. HOAs and condos specifically. See, HOAs aren't a problem, but we still do plenty of research when it comes time to move into a neighborhood. We want to make sure their financials are strong. But right now, if we don't have all the stars aligning with the condo association and financials or inspections, we might have a huge problem. And that would be another red flag. So the very first thing we check is the reserves. Do they have money in reserves? Because there's been a lot of fraud, waste, and abuse in these associations, or mismanagement in these associations. So we have to make sure that the condos are financially sound when moving forward. But we also check for special assessments. I've known people that got hit with $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, $100,000 assessments. So my job is to always ask for financials or meeting minutes. Meeting minutes if I can get away with it. But financials, if somebody doesn't want to give me the financials for that association, that HOA, or that condo association, we're gonna run.
Run, Forrest, run away, hurry!
We're gonna run like we just saw an alligator, I don't know, walk up to our front door. We're gonna get the heck out of there. That's a huge red flag. So as you can probably imagine, we get a lot of people that contact us from this channel and reach out to us. And my team and I are here to provide a service for you, to help you relocate. You're gonna get me. You're gonna get me on a Zoom, and we're gonna talk about everything that you need, want, or desire when making a move here. But I do have a question. Where are you moving from? Is it cold? What is it? What's making you move, and where are you moving from? It's always fascinating to me because I made a move from Michigan, cold weather state, and I was chasing paradise, and I found it. But curious, comments please? Let me know. Where are you moving from? I'm here to help. So red flag number 4 is unpermitted and DIY additions. Unpermitted, those are the ones you gotta watch out for. So thankfully, I have construction knowledge. I built a couple houses myself, and I used to work for major builders. I can usually spot if there's a bonus room that was added to the house that isn't supposed to be there. Maybe a little bit of DIY wiring, or maybe an addition that the roof lines just don't line up. Sometimes you can tell, sometimes you can't though. And we also have to go in the permits for the county to make sure everything was properly permitted. See, some things are done behind the scenes. They didn't even open a permit. But even if they had an open permit that was never closed, that also is an issue. That's why you need an agent on your side that knows exactly what they're doing, because they can help you save a lot of nightmares later. So there you have it. Red flags, yellow flags, 6, 7, forget it. I have teenagers at home, so if you're watching this and you have teenagers, you know what I'm talking about. But one of those flags makes you kind of check into things a little bit further, and one of them actually makes you hit the brakes. We want to be super, super careful when it comes to the red flags. See, buying a home in Tampa is awesome. But you have to do it smart because you don't want to end up with a money pit in paradise.